Emily, your husband says that you have too many what?
Coffee mugs. And I'm bringing this up because I found a post on Reddit that said a guy was complaining his wife had too many coffee mugs. And I asked my husband if he wrote it, and he said no, but it's true. Because he reminds me of that all the time. And I know I don't drink coffee. I knew you were going to say it.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Why do you have so many coffee mugs if you don't drink coffee? What do you drink out of them?
Water.
You don't... Wait, you drink water out of coffee mugs? You don't drink it out of like a glass?
No. Why would I? Look, this one says Gemini.
And it has water in it?
Yeah.
That's so boring.
Not boring. I could put a lemon in it. Would that spice it up a little bit?
No.
Sweeten it up?
No, that wouldn't make me think you're sick. Now, what about shoes? Do you have too many shoes? Do you have too many clothes? Do you have too many? Are you that?
I do have too many clothes, but I'm actually purging a lot of them right now.
Good.
So
good.
Yes. It actually feels great. And that does not mean I need to buy more clothes. I was reminded of that.
You know what mine is? Mrs. Kirsch tells me I have too many of.
Well, I'm very curious.
Wires. What are all these wires around for? It's to connect stuff. It's for, extension cords, and it's for power tools, and it's for I have a home studio that I built out. All the connections between all the electronics to do voice work and all that kind of... I have too many wires.
I was not expecting that. What does she have too much of?
You know what? She's not even close to being a hoarder. So she purges clothes often. She doesn't have too many shoes. I don't know. I was going to say books because she reads so much. She reads like 60, 70 books a year. It's insane.
I'm always so jealous.
They're all on her Kindle, though. So it's not like they're laying around.
So she's perfect is what you're saying.
Yep. Happy anniversary, honey. There you go. Got something different for you to put in your coffee mug, Emily. This is, You know what? So we were talking a few minutes ago. It's Kirsch and Emily, by the way, about how you drink water out of your enormous collection of coffee mugs.
Yes.
But now there's something new for you to put in those.
Yes. I actually will volunteer to taste test this, by the way. Dolly Parton announced in June she was coming out with Dolly wines, and the first one is finally available. So the Dolly Wines Chardonnay is now available at Kroger, Total Wine, and Meijer, plus World Market, and a lot more.
And it's only $14.99 is what this says?
Yes, a bottle. It's amazing.
That's pretty good.
If you need me to take one for the team, I'm willing to.
So her Chardonnay is out there. Emily's going to pour a big old mug of it and drink it on air tomorrow to find out what it's like. You should do that.
Do you think I can get reimbursed? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, turn that in as an expense. Yeah, I had to try this because I'm on a country station. I had to drink the Dolly Parton wine. There you go. In that case,
I don't see the lie.
In that case, I will do the same, except with Blue Chair Bay rum. That's Kenny's.
There we go.
Rum.
Listen to us, just finding ways, life hacks over here. Tomorrow's
show is going to be wild. You're going to be on Dolly Wine. I'm going to be on Blue Chair Bay Rum.
And we won't get fired, right?
No, not at all. We'll just need to Uber home. I know that much.
Fine.
Let's do that someday. Just maybe not tomorrow. It's too early for that. I don't know. Maybe on a Friday.
Okay, fine. I'll wait.
All right, there you go. Okay, so we're going to talk about arguments you can't believe you have to have as an adult. I'm going to share one from this past weekend, which I still can't believe adults behave this way.
I'm sure you have plenty. I can't wait.
Emily, you just told me off air that you have a recurring regular argument with other adults over the most ridiculous thing. Well,
yes.
Share that with me.
That reindeer are real. And I'm the one saying they're real, by the way. Let me just throw that out there.
How often does this come up?
It's come up more than 3 times, which is 3 times too many.
Who do you hang out with?
I mean, I can't say names, okay?
If you're arguing over reindeer being real, go to the zoo.
Okay, I said that. I said that, and that just is, they just put those on just to make it look like they're real. I'm like, I don't think we can be friends.
You and your crowd and your tinfoil hats, you guys are all just wearing them.
I believe reindeer are real. I know they are. I shouldn't say I believe, I know. I only have a tinfoil hat with a few things. But not that.
A few things. So we're talking arguments you can't believe you've had to have as an adult. One came up this weekend, and if you're a sports parent, you've probably seen this or experienced it. My daughter's soccer team was playing in a tournament, and in the final game, there was a dad from the opposing team who just wanted to fight. And he came over and he was standing with our team's parents and mouthing off to us and everything else. And I can't believe I have to have that argument with an adult in a situation like that. These are 13-year-old girls who are out there playing soccer, doing their best and everything else. And this guy wants to come over and get mouthy with us and start trying to fight, honestly. Like, what is wrong with people?
I would have asked, are you okay? And why are you so angry? Which would have made it worse, but questions that need to be asked for sure.
I mean, I just looked him straight in the eye. And first of all, I called him Visor because he had a visor on. And, as soon as you call somebody by something they're wearing or whatever, I'm like, okay, Visor, settle down. That seems to set them off even more, which I wasn't prepared. Actually, I was prepared for. But the best part is, it's me and a bunch of dads who are all like, 6 foot plus big dudes. And this guy was just like a little round guy who was like 5'5". And we're like, just, dude, come on. We can take you.
We? Who's the we?
We? Me and the other dads.
Okay. I was just making sure you weren't like signing up Mrs. Kirsch for that.
She could have taken him.
I know she probably 100%.
Could. But those are, okay, your reindeer is real. Mine is I can't believe you actually have to have arguments over 13-year-old soccer games on the sidelines because people are morons. Sir, you and your Browns visor at the OP facility. Not that I'm calling out anybody specific. It is a big day for Mrs. Kirsch and I. It's our 19th wedding anniversary.
Congratulations again. 19 years. That's a long time with someone.
Nearly 2 decades.
Yeah,
6 years away from a quarter century of dealing with this mess.
I mean, you're in love. That's all that matters, right?
God bless her.
I know. She's a saint.
How
she
long
really is.
You and the president been married?
It'll be 5 years in October.
Man, time flies.
It does. Yeah, and don't even get me started on that. Looking at pictures, especially how your girls, how young they looked as my flower girls. So
thanks for correcting yourself there.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's that button.
It's the button.
You're training me.
Yes. There you go. So what do you think the secret is to a long marriage?
So I asked you guys this once. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I don't. What did we say?
Marry your best friend.
I think that's it.
Yeah, honestly. And I was like, that's so true.
Find your BFF and marry them.
Yep. Yeah. And you're like, I just want to spend all my time with her. I tell her everything,
Pretty much it.
And yeah, I agree. My husband's my best friend, whether he wants to admit it or not.
I am losing my status as her best friend.
Why?
Our one daughter is becoming her best friend. Like, they just sit there and they're like chatty Cathy's together. They're gossip and all this kind of stuff. And I walk in the room and I'm like, what? And they're like, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, whatever.
See that. Well, then you have the other daughter just be her best friend.
She never comes out of her room. Living in West Virginia, according to this new study, found that that's the secret to a long marriage. West Virginia marriages last longer than any other state, followed by Wisconsin, Vermont, and Montana, Iowa, and Michigan. So there you go. Those are the states where marriages last the longest. So if you're having trouble, move to West Virginia.
If you're having trouble, just go there. It'll be fine.
Instead of counseling, just move to West Virginia.
Someone might try that. All because of you. They might try that.
Spent
Kirsch
a lot of
told me
time
to do
in
this
West
to save
Virginia.
my marriage.
I would not move to West Virginia. Wouldn't do it.
What did West Virginia ever do to you?
There's just nothing. There's just nothing to do. I need stuff to do to keep myself entertained, and there's just not enough stuff in West Virginia.
Okay, I'm sure that I could prove you wrong, but I'm not an expert, so give me some time, and I'll come back with this.
Can't wait to see what you come up with. I spent time in Charleston, the largest city in West Virginia. There's nothing there. Dustin Lynch, Jelly Roll, and Morgan Wallen and Ernest. There's people who are from West Virginia listening right now going, yeah, he's right.
Or he's wrong.
No, they're saying he's right. They moved here for a reason. There's stuff here. Seriously, she is really digging here on this West Virginia thing. So let me take you back for just a second, and we'll spend 20 seconds on this. But I mentioned West Virginia and how there's not much to do there. And Emily's like, I'm going to prove you wrong. And she found a penitentiary and now a coal mine you can visit. That's supposed to be one of the things that you want to prove that West Virginia has a lot to do.
Learn about the history of coal in West Virginia.
I can do that online. I'm sure there's websites, YouTube videos.
Are you fun to like go travel with? I'm really curious now.
Yes, because I go to places that there's stuff to do.
Still working on it.
All right. Plan my West Virginia trip. Yeah, it's Kirsch and Emily. We're just past 8 o'clock. Luke Bryan tickets coming up this hour. What do we got here?
So I was listening to Kane Brown the other day, right? And it came to me that I did not picture him to like look the way he does because of his voice, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So it got me thinking, who else have I not like really pictured how they, when you meet or see someone, they're not how you picture it, is what I'm trying to say. So does anyone come in mind for you?
There's a couple. Do you remember Rick Astley from back in the day? Never Gonna Give You Up?
Yes.
Rick Astley sounded totally different than he looks. Who else? Oh, there's I'm gonna go way back here. There's an artist from the 80s, Christopher Cross, who is amazing, but he doesn't look like he sounds. Radio people are really, really, really guilty of this.
Yes, and I feel like that's a majority of what we hear in radio.
Yeah.
Like, oh, not what I pictured at all.
Everybody always tells me they thought I would be fatter.
I wouldn't know how to take that.
I never do. They're like, oh, I thought you sound a lot fatter than you are. Thank you, I guess.
Okay. Did you say that? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not sure how to take this. I sound fat. Like the only person I can think of that sounds fat is like Notorious B.I.G. God rest his soul. But you could tell he was a big dude just by his voice, right?
Yeah, I'm really concerned and confused by that comment.
I thought you'd be a lot fatter than you sound a lot fatter than you look. Oh,
I don't think you do. So, and that's all that matters, right?
I appreciate that. Thank you. But no, I'll never forget. I worked at a radio station for a while, and it was in my early 20s, and there was a girl who was on that station, and I used to listen to her before I worked there, and I'm like, man, she just sounds like this, I don't know, like cute little, I picture her as this cute little blonde, like 5 foot tall, 100 pounds, probably like 22, and then I met her, and she was like 46, like she was a bigger girl. She always wore her Bon Jovi ripped up tour shirts to work and stuff. And I was like, wow, you're not who I expected. So radio people were guilty of that.
I love that story. And I did it ruin your hopes and dreams?
No, but what ruined my hopes and dreams is everybody telling me I sound like Tubby when I'm not. So we're going to play Gen X versus the Millennial this morning. We do this every Tuesday morning right around this time where Emily, the Millennial, quizzes me, the Gen Xer, or vice versa, to see how much we know about our respective generations. And Emily, this week it's your turn to quiz me on Millennial stuff.
I tried to go easy on you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so we're going to go 5 questions here. You're going to give me multiple choice, and we're going to see if I can go at least 3 for 5 and win this week.
Correct. So, how many top friends could you have on your MySpace page? 8, 10, or 9?
So, is that including Tom?
You've never had to have Tom in your top friend.
Tom was everybody's top friend. It was 8.
Could move him.
It was 8.
Yes, you're correct, but I like how you just dinged for yourself before I even told you if you were correct.
Well, I knew it. Tom was everybody's top friend.
No, but you could move him anyways. Okay. Apple partnered with which soft drink company for a promotional giveaway where people could win free iTunes downloads? Was it Snapple, Coca-Cola, or Pepsi?
It was Pepsi.
Good job.
All right, 2 for 5.
What star was the inspiration for Alanis Morissette's song You Oughta Know? Dave Coulier, John Stamos, or Ryan Reynolds?
Dave Coulier.
You're killing it. You already won.
I already won. 3 for 5 so far. Okay, we got 2 more to go. We'll see how I do.
What song did Britney Spears perform at the MTV VMAs while carrying a python? Oops, I Did It Again, I'm a Slave for You, or Toxic?
That was I'm a Slave for You.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I told you, I've made these way too easy.
Still thinking about Dave Coulier in the theater.
Nelly and Kelly Rowland released what song together? What's Love, Nobody Wants to Be Lonely, or Dilemma?
Dilemma.
Okay, are you seeing my screen over here?
No, I'm just smart today. That's it. I just went 5 for 5. Is that the first time either of us have ever gone 5 for 5?
I think. No, I've gone 5 for 5 before.
You've gone 5 for 5? I got to give myself another round of applause.
I think this is the first time you have.
I think it is, yeah. Those were way too easy.
I know. I got to make them harder next time.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Gen X versus the Millennial. We'll do it next week. I'll hit you with Gen X questions. Scale of 1 to 10, how tough do you want them to be?
5.
5, okay. We'll go with 5 for next week.